How is it going, everyone? The PlayStation Store's Black Friday sale is live right now, and I do believe, quickly glancing at it, that there are a few good deals available, but I also see a lot of people being disappointed. I don't know, obviously for some people it is their first PlayStation Store Black Friday sale, but like I had reiterated in so many videos previously, if you're talking about getting the best value, if you're talking about getting the best deals on newer games, it's gonna be on physical games. There are some games, like a select few, that have parity with their lowest prices physically, but for the most part, a lot of these titles are considerably cheaper if you do buy them physically. When we're talking about the newer games, there are some older titles that are steeply discounted. There's a lot of good deals here, you guys, and some people just prefer digital. Some people just want games that they can download. They don't want to swap out discs. You know, whatever the hell you want to do, you go ahead and do. But like I said, there are some good deals. Let's highlight some of those deals. Spider-Man 2, 43% off for $39.89. That's a damn good deal for Spider-Man 2, you guys. For the 4 people that don't own the game that watch our channel, like, yeah, you should absolutely pick it up. The general consensus is the game is really good, but it does have a lacking amount of content. But for me, I thought Spider-Man 2 was perfect from a content standpoint. It was all killer, no filler, and from my vantage point, I would much prefer that than a game that's padded out in an open world with a ton of superfluous side content, and I don't feel like Spider-Man 2 went too heavy with that. I think for $40, it's a great pickup. Definitely would recommend that. You have EA Sports Madden 25 for $35. They also have a Madden 25 and College Football 25 Deluxe Edition bundle for $90 if you want to pick that up. Star Wars Outlaws is $52.49, you guys. Target is going to have Star Wars Outlaws for $40, and I think Walmart's going to actually have it for $35. At the very least, Target's going to have it for $40. So that's one of the glaring examples of a game being exponentially more expensive digitally than it is physically. Even at $35 to $40, I wouldn't pick up Star Wars Outlaws. I think Star Wars Outlaws is a great pickup for like $20. The game had a lot of issues. I know they've been consistently updating it and it's gotten better. I need to go back and revisit it, but when I played it, I actually played the game ahead of launch. Ubisoft sent me a copy of the game, and I like certain elements of it. I thought the open world was cool to explore, and a lot of the Star Wars thematics are good, but, you know, for $52 and change, or even $40, it's a little bit too much, or way too much in my humble opinion. I think when it gets down to $20, which should happen, you know, sometime in 2025, I would say pick it up then. Hogwarts Legacy PS5, $21 for that. That is PS5 Pro upgraded, so something to think about. I really enjoyed Hogwarts Legacy, and for 21 bucks, not a bad deal there. NBA 2K25 is $31.49. Astrobot is seeing a discount, just 17% off. It's $10 off for $49.79. I still think that's a fairly decent deal for Astrobot. I mean, Astrobot's a game that is a literal Game of the Year contender, so, you know, paying $60 for it isn't too tall of an ask, and it's a great platformer. It's something that Sony kind of needed in their repertoire, and I thought they did a great job with Astrobot. Definitely worthwhile at that price point. Silent Hill 2, 20% off for $56, a little bit pricey for Silent Hill 2. The thing is, like, $70 for Silent Hill 2 I thought was already a little bit of a hefty price point, and 20% off isn't a sizable discount. It's a great horror title though, so $56 if you do want to pick it up. That is, I believe, on sale for $50 at some spots, so keep that in mind. Baldur's Gate 3, 20% off for $56. One of those games that's just gonna hold up in price for eons and eons. It's very much worth it by all accounts. It wasn't my cup of tea, but, you know, if you like your narrative-driven RPGs with a lot of decision-making, you're gonna enjoy Baldur's Gate 3, and for $56, probably gonna be something a lot of you guys enjoy. Another game that is PS5 Pro enhanced. Silent Hill 2 is as well, but Silent Hill 2 has had some issues. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, another game that's Pro enhanced, 40% off for $42. In my opinion, this is probably 1A, 1B for my game of the year so far, alongside Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I have to sit down and think about it, but FF7 Rebirth was a fantastic game. Is it perfect? No, but definitely a great game with a lot of content when you talk about all of the optional stuff. The story's good, albeit, you know, we'll see where they take it in part 3. It's getting a little bit wild, but I think a lot of us kind of knew that it was going to get a little bit wild. But $42 for FF7 Rebirth. Obviously, do play Remake first, and Remake is included with the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth Twin Pack, which is $60, so you can get FF7 Remake Intergrade. That includes the Yuffie DLC and FF7 Rebirth with that bundle. Dragon's Dogma 2 Deluxe Edition is on sale, 38% off for $49.59. I actually see this quite a bit as far as the Black Friday deals go, where a lot of deluxe editions are on sale as a part of Black Friday, but the standard editions are not. Now, Dogma 2, the standard edition is on sale, but that's part of the November saving sale, and that's going to end tonight. So if you do want Dogma 2, I would say get the standard edition for $39.89, but there's a lot of cases like this where the deluxe edition of certain games are on sale, but the standard edition is not. So, you know, they're trying to get you to buy that deluxe edition. EA Sports FC 25, 50% off for $35. Stellar Blade is in fact seeing its first major discount on the PlayStation Store, 29% off for $49.69. The Nier crossover DLC did just come out. Stellar Blade is a fantastic game if you're remotely into action games, a phenomenal soundtrack as well. I know some people were down on the narrative, but overall, it is a tremendous game, and definitely would recommend it. And another game that is PS5 Pro enhanced, but even on the base PS5, it looks and plays great. So 49 and change. I imagine the majority of you guys already own it, but I saw some comments of people being like, Stellar Blade's a game they wanted to pick up, but they want to see it go on sale. Well, here you have it. It's not a super steep discount, but any of these PlayStation published titles are going to hold up in price for a little while, especially one that was as well received as Stellar Blade was. MLB The Show 24 is $9.99 on PS4, $19.99 on PS5. Destiny 2 The Final Shape is $25. Metaphor Refantasio, 25% off for $52.49. Not a super steep discount, but again, this is a game that's a literal Game of the Year contender, and getting it 25% off if you're remotely into JRPGs, I imagine you already picked it up, but otherwise, $52 and change for this. You're getting an expansive game that's literally, you know, 80 hours of content, or even well over that, depending on how you take your time, what difficulty you play on, etc., etc. It is a tremendous game from a soundtrack standpoint. Story has a lot of depth to it, characters are likable, and combat is quite good for a turn-based JRPG. Really a game that's a must-play, and even if you're not the biggest fan of JRPGs, this is one to give a shout to. Like, I would probably say, if you're not into JRPGs, a Final Fantasy title is the easiest gateway game, but Metaphor is so good that I think a lot of people will end up enjoying it. Undisputed, the boxing game, 20% off for $48. Cyberpunk 2077 base game is 50% off for $24.99. The Ultimate Edition is 35% off for $46.14. So that includes the base game and the Phantom Liberty DLC, which Phantom Liberty is on sale, 20% off for $24. So, you know, that's, what, 14 months old at this point, only a 20% off discount, but it's a really well-received piece of DLC, so I'm not too surprised that's the discount you're getting. But yeah, Ultimate Edition for $46.14, it's pricey, but man, Cyberpunk 2077 after that 2.0 patch and the DLC, it is a tremendous game. Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, 20% off for $56. This is literally the discount I had expected Space Marine 2 to get. I mean, Space Marine 2 is great, I really enjoyed it, however, you know, 20% off isn't a sizable discount. I would say be on the lookout for physical deals on this. I didn't see any posted yet, but I could see that being down to $45 at the very least. A $50 discount has to be coming, as in the game down to $50, not $50 off or anything like that. But I really enjoyed Space Marine 2. I would say for $56, probably wait a little bit longer and you can get it even cheaper in $25. You already waited 2 months, maybe waiting another 2 months, you'll end up getting it for 30 or 40% off, but that's my 2 cents on that. I did really enjoy it, and if you have a couple of friends to play with, it's even better. GTA 5, $19.99 for the PS5 edition, $14.99 for the PS4 version. I mean, it's GTA 5. It's pretty damn good. WWE 2K24, $23.09 on that. Nice discount on that, although 2K25 will probably come out in the near future. In March is when they always come out. Diablo 4, 40% off for $29.99. They do have the Diablo 4 expansion bundle that includes Diablo 4 and the Vessel of Hatred expansion. $45.49 for that. Not a bad deal for the Diablo 4 bundle. Diablo 4 at this point, from all my boys that are still playing it, they all say really good things about it, so take that for what you will, but it's a replayable, grindy title that it will get consistent updates, but also you can spend quite a lot on the microtransactions if you get into that, but not mandatory, of course. Sonic X Shadow Generations, another game that is much cheaper physically. It is 25% off for $37.49. I really enjoyed Sonic X Shadow Generations. My issue was the price point. It's a remaster of Sonic Generations, and it includes a smaller Shadow campaign. And when I say smaller Shadow campaign, it's fairly short. So you know, a $40 release price point I thought would have worked better, but physically you're going to be able to get this game for $30 at Target, and obviously Amazon will price match. But, you know, if you're a digital-only guy, $37.49, not a bad price point, and that's probably around the price point that I would pay at most for. Ideally, you would get it for, you know, 25, 30 bucks as Target's gonna have it for, but $37.49 is not awful. The Deluxe Edition is on sale, but the Deluxe Edition, you don't need to get it, but it does include some of the bonus DLC coming out. Helldivers 2, 20% off for $32. Mortal Kombat 1 is $19.99. Rise of the Ronin is on sale, 43% off for $39.89. Good discount on Rise of the Ronin, and definitely wasn't a game like as well received as, let's say, Stellar Blade, but I still think there's a good time to be had with Rise of the Ronin. If you go into it expecting a good open world action title and not something absolutely blow away, I do think you'll have a good time with it, and $40 I think is the perfect price to pay for Ronin. Red Dead Redemption 2, 67% off for $19.79. Let me just get the upgrade on that, please. Sea of Thieves, 40% off for $24. Good discount on that. God of War Ragnarok seeing a new low price. The PS5 version is $29.39, while the PS4 edition is $19.79. I mean, most of you guys have Ragnarok. If you don't, the game is tremendous, and I would strongly recommend it, but yeah, definitely go check out Ragnarok if you have yet to. Last of Us Part 2 Remastered is 20% off for $39.99. That includes the no return mode, which is quite good. Last of Us Part 2 as a game, you guys know I'm not crazy about, but nevertheless. Crew Motorfest is on sale. The cross-gen bundle, $21. That's actually not a bad deal for that. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, $24.49. Again, a game that I absolutely rave about. It is phenomenal. Definitely one that I would highly, highly recommend. Play Jedi Fallen Order first, and the PS5 Pro upgrade has some issues right now. They are working on it, so hopefully that'll be remedied as soon as possible. Palworld on sale, 25% off for $22.49. I mean, the first discount on Palworld for PS5. Pro upgraded as well. Palworld's a great time, man. It's a game that may not be for everyone, but if you're... I'm not even into survival games, but the actual Mon collecting and things like that, that's more so up my alley, and for $22 and change, I do think that's a pretty good deal. Resident Evil 4 is $19.99. Red Dead Redemption is down to $29.99. Another game that physically is down to 25 bucks, but yeah, Red Dead 1 finally at the price point it probably should have been all this time, but you get the Undead Nightmare DLC, and it is 60 FPS on PS5, so that's great, so definitely check that out. Assassin's Creed Mirage is down to $20, a perfect price to pay for Mirage. Anything more than 20 bucks I think would be a little bit too much at this point. Like 15 would be the real ideal price point, but another game that is pro upgraded, and a smaller scale Assassin's Creed game, which I am honestly all about, so definitely a decent title to check out there. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, $29.99. I mean, Sekiro's kind of settled at that $30 price point, and it's never going to get cheaper. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora is $31.49. If you are a Plus subscriber, you save an additional 5%, taking it down to $28. That's $20 new at Best Buy and Amazon. Like, $20 is the most I would pay for Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, a game that I really didn't vibe with, but I'll let you guys decide on that. If you like Avatar as a franchise, you probably enjoy that game a lot more than me. Assassin's Creed Valhalla Complete is $34.99, which that's a lot of content. Like, I like Valhalla because I like the Viking setting, and that's a lot of content for your dollar, so if you want to check that out, that's another title to pick up. Lies of P, $36. That game is just holding up in price. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, 80% off for $14, which is kind of comical, but what can you do? That game was a gigantic flop. Dead Island 2, for some godforsaken reason, is still $35. That is just pure insanity. We gotta get that game lower in price. It is baked into Plus Extra at this point, so you can play it that way, but yeah, $35 is crazy. Fallout 4 Game of the Year, $16 on that, and then the Skyrim Anniversary Edition and Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition bundle is $26.39, which that's actually a pretty good pickup. Dark Souls 3, $30. Dark Souls 3 Deluxe, $42.49. Oh, and by the way, that game's probably getting remastered. Just insanity as far as DS3, an 8-year-old game, 8.5-year-old, almost 9-year-old game. I think it came out in February of 2016. It's just insanity. Can we at least drop it down to $19.99? Like, at the very least, like, come on now, but what can you do? Battlefield 2042, $5.99 on that. PS5 version is $6.99, so there you go with that. Final Fantasy 16. Why is this $37.50? Like, this is way too... This game is $25 on Amazon. Like, yeah, this is what I'm saying, you guys. Some of these digital price points are just insanity compared to their physical counterparts. $37.49 for FF16 is wild. Final Fantasy 16 Complete is $52.49. Like, that's still insane. Like, come on now. It's $25 on Amazon for the base game. Like, yeah, at least get it down to $30 flat. Like, my goodness. Dying Light 2 Stay Human, $24 on that. That is in Plus Extra now. Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, just saw that's on sale. GTA Trilogy, 60% off for $24. Just got an update recently that a lot of people are gravitating towards now, and this is the lowest price we've seen of the game, and GTA San Andreas just got pulled out of Plus Extra, so not a bad time to pick up the trilogy. Remnant 2 is $25, while Remnant 2 the Ultimate Edition is $35. Yeah, Batman Arkham Knight on sale. Visions of Mana, $45 on that. I believe that's $45 everywhere, to be fair. That's one that's just a more niche JRPG that's going to hold up in price. Resident Evil Village Gold Edition, 60% off for $19.99. I mean, it's a fairly decent price for Resident Evil Village. It's a great game, definitely would recommend it, but $14.99 would be ideal for that. Disney's Epic Mickey Rebrush, that just came out. $42 on that isn't bad, given that, again, it just came out back in September. Alan Wake 2 Deluxe Edition, 50% off for $40. This includes the DLC as well. Not a bad pickup. You guys know how I feel about Alan Wake 2, but it is a game that I plan on replaying here shortly. You know, I want to give it another chance as far as enjoying the game. I think the vibe, atmosphere, soundtrack to Alan Wake 2 is absolutely tremendous. The Deluxe Edition also includes the DLC, and this is one of the prominent upgraded on PS5 Pro games for what it's worth. Mafia Trilogy is $18. SMT5 Vengeance. See, this is one where they're just selling the Digital Deluxe Edition, and that's $42. The Digital Deluxe Edition includes nothing of note, and you can get the base game physically for $25. Like, literally, that is the difference we're talking about. If you need a game digital, like SMT5 is well received, wasn't really my cup of tea, but I'm just talking about it from a price point standpoint. It is insanity where that game is $42 versus $25 if you buy it physically. Metro Exodus, $4.49 on that. Metro Exodus Gold, $6. Metro Saga Bundle is $9. All those deals, obviously, on the Metro titles are great. The Quarry is $9.79, which is actually pretty good, I would say. Borderlands Collection Pandora's Box, $37.49 on that. RoboCop Rogue City, $19.79. That's not a bad deal for that. Hades is $12.49. You'll save an additional 10% if you're a Plus subscriber, so $9.99. That's pretty damn good. A lot of DLC I'm seeing. Dead Space Remake is $21. Nier Automata is $16. Obviously an excellent game. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is $5.99, which that game has seen its price shoot up a little bit, so good to see it for $6. That's a great price point for it. It is PS5 upgraded, still has one of the most god-awful map designs I've ever seen in a video game, map layout, but the game itself is pretty good, but my goodness, that map layout is atrocious. Persona 5 Royal is $23.99, which is a great deal, $19.99 physically, so take that for what you will. Monster Hunter Rise and Sunbreak is $19.79. Far Cry 6 is on sale. Lords of the Fallen, $29.59. Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak, baby, 20% off for $48. If you guys know me, you know I love Legend of Heroes. And I talked about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth being my, 1A, 1B for Game of the Year. Daybreak has to be in there. It's like Legend of Heroes just never gets the love for being Game of the Year, but man, Daybreak was absolutely awesome, and it is a decent starting point for Legend of Heroes as a franchise, so if you want to pick it up without playing the other games, that option is totally viable. Will you get more out of it if you play the other games? Absolutely, but for $48, not a bad deal, given how much content you're getting, and those games always hold up in price. Like, in the case of Space Marine 2, I really do believe that game is going to go cheaper sooner rather than later. Trails Through Daybreak, if you know the Legend of Heroes games, these games just, like, never go on sale, at least never go steeply discounted. Like, Trails into Reverie is on sale, and I believe it's 40% off for $36. But that game came out all the way back in mid-2023, so yeah, if you want to wait that long, by all means, but, nevertheless, there's my rambling on that. Persona 3 Reload is on sale as well, but only the Digital Deluxe, $40 for that, and it's a lot of, superfluous content that's not essential, and you can get the game physically for $25. The Uden Chronicle 100 Heroes is $30, which is a decent pickup. I had a lot of issues with that game, but I did really want to like it, but man, some of the aspects of that game was so dated. Sonic Frontiers, for some godforsaken reason, is $36. I don't even know why that is, because that game has literally been, for the last few months, like $17 on Amazon. What is going on where Sonic Frontiers is going for $36? Like, no, please Please, God, no. Get that price point down to 20 bucks, and then I can eat, because I love that game, but $36, what are we doing here? Sonic Superstars, on the other hand, that's $18, and Sonic Superstars came out in the fall of last year. Sonic Frontiers came out in the fall of 2022, yet Frontiers is twice the price of Superstars. Now, I would argue Frontiers is the better game, but I digress. Twice the price, that's insanity. But nevertheless, Battlefield 1, $1.99. Alan Wake Remastered is $7.49. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown digitally is $19.99 as well. That's a great price for Lost Crown. I really did enjoy that game. Unfortunately, it had like the worst promotion of all time, and that game just got killed before it even came out. But I won't go on that tangent right now. Assassin's Creed Origins, $9 on that. The Origins Gold Edition is $15. Dark Souls 2, $19.99. Monster Hunter World Iceborne Master Edition, $16 on that is really, really good. Definitely would recommend that. Dragon Ball Fighters is on sale. Castle Crashers Remastered is $2.24. That's an absolutely insane deal that I would highly, highly recommend. That is great. Mafia Definitive Edition is $5.99. Great deal on that. LA Noire is $19.99. It's a Rockstar game. It ain't going much cheaper. The Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters are all on sale. Divinity Original sit to $18 on that. Dying Light Definitive, $9.99. Mass Effect Legendary Edition, $5.99 on that is always great if you're one of the 4 people that haven't played those games or, haven't picked up the Legendary Edition. I mean, $6 on that is insanity. You're getting 3 absolutely awesome RPGs for $6. That's nuts. Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition is $9.99. Tomb Raider 1 through 3, 25% off for $22.49. Castlevania Dominus Collection is only 20% off, but the $25 price tag was already insane. $19.99 for the Dominus Collection is excellent. That includes Dawn of Sorrow, Portrait of Ruin, and Order of Ecclesia. Just excellent, excellent games. Raccoon City Edition is $14.99. That's RE2 and RE3. Bioshock the Collection, $9.99. Risk of Rain 2 for $6.24 is really good. Like, there's certainly some sleeper deals here. Disney Dreamlight Valley for 30 bucks. Gotham Knights, $10.49. I actually did not hate Gotham Knights. It's not at the level of the Batman Arkham titles, but it's a decent playthrough for $10.49. I don't think it's bad. Kingdom Come Deliverance, $2.99 on that is tremendous. I would recommend you to pick up the Royal Edition. Let's see quick if the Royal Edition is on sale. It is not. It's $40. Obviously, don't pay that, but the Royal Edition's been on sale for like $4.50. Tomb Raider Definitive Survivor Trilogy is $14.99. Excellent deal there with Tomb Raider 2013, Rising the Tomb Raider, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Resident Evil Triple Pack with RE4, 5, and 6 is $12.49. Teardown, 50% off if you're a Plus subscriber for 15 bucks. That's actually really good. $22.49 if you're not, that recently got pulled from Plus Extra. Bunch of DLC is on sale. Outer World Spacer's Choice Edition, excuse me, $19.79 on that. Pretty good deal there. One Piece Pirate Warriors 4, $9.99 on that. Sandland Deluxe is on sale, $39.89. A lot of deals are available. Cat Quest 3 is $15. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, another one of those games where only the Deluxe Edition is on sale. $42.49. It's typically $85. It was a highway robbery for the Deluxe Edition. Like, that's a game that, even if the base game was 50% off, that would mean it would be down to $35. The base game, which is the version you should buy, is $25 on Amazon. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Some of these price discrepancies are so effing egregious that, like, that's gotta be called out. It is so ridiculous and insane. $17 more for Infinite Wealth. And I get it, it's the Deluxe Edition, but the value of the Deluxe Edition is so minuscule that, you know, the $25 on the physical copy, and the physical copy makes them less money because the middleman and all that stuff, printing the game, etc., etc. You would think conventional wisdom is the digital copy would be cheaper. I get it, you can't undercut your retail partners, but I digress. Why is it this expensive? At the very least, it should be comparable to what the physical release is. Like, if you're gonna have Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth on sale, base game, $30. At the very least, that's what it should be. Here, you have the Deluxe Edition only on sale for $42.49. Like, oh my goodness, it's just ridiculous as far as that's concerned. But I'm gonna wrap up the video here before I have an absolute aneurysm. There are a lot of good deals. I see the Kingdom Hearts all-in-one package, $40 on that, which is insane. Ratchet & Clank, $9.99. Watch Dogs 2, Naruto Storm Trilogy. Oh, One Piece Odyssey for $15 ain't bad. But that'll do it for me. We went pretty long with this, but a lot of deals to cover, and this is only page 23 of 62 that I've gone over. I'll look through it more in depth. We'll highlight the best deals as always. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.